Chicago's clash with the commander-in-chief front and center tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. A federal judge ruled today the White House went too far by sending federal forces into the city. That district court judge, a President Biden appointee, issued a temporary restraining order blocking the Trump administration's deployment of National Guard troops throughout the state of Illinois. An estimated 200 of those troops are from Texas. An Oregon court is now weighing a similar decision in response to President Trump's activating the soldiers to Portland as well. President Trump says the military presence is necessary to protect cities from what he's described as, quote, lawlessness. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel, live in studio, tracking these developments. Casey.
Steve, Heather, good evening. Chicago has become the epicenter of a fierce courtroom battle testing the very limits of presidential power. U.S. District Court Judge April Perry is relatively new to the federal bench, appointed by President Biden in July of last year. Judge Perry ruled that the White House went overboard by sending federal agents into the city without state approval. Perry said it was unconstitutional and would, quote, only add fuel to the fire that the defendants themselves have started. This decision follows days of escalating tensions after the White House mobilized 500 Guard members, 300 from Illinois, 200 from Texas, to protect federal facilities. During Thursday's hours-long hearing, Perry sharply questioned the Justice Department, asking what those troops would actually do, whether they would be armed, and pressing officials over DHS reports she called unreliable. Here's the Democratic Illinois Attorney General's reaction to today's ruling.
This is an important decision, not just for the state of Illinois, but for the entire country. The question of state sovereignty was addressed. The question of whether or not the President of the United States should have unfettered authority to militarize our cities was answered today.
So the Chicago case was one of two unfolding Thursday. A three-judge panel with the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments over Trump's plan to send Guard troops into Portland. Now, unlike Illinois, the judges there signaled they may give the administration more leeway, with one Trump-appointed judge saying cities show greater deference to presidential authority. So far, we should note that we have not seen any reaction coming out of the White House or the administration tonight regarding the federal judge's ruling in Illinois. Steve, Heather.
All right, Casey in studio. Thank you.